Hello, welcome to our live stream. It is Wednesday morning for me here in the United States. And normally I go live at this time in Germany, which is typically the afternoon. See, already 4 people have joined. That's so wonderful. So happy to see you. I am not sitting in like this breezy, wonderful place. I can't turn off the heater here. So it's blasting air. So we'll have a little bit of a wind-blown look going on today. No matter. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy to have you join. And yeah, so if you don't already know me, if you've just stumbled across this account, my name is Jen from English with Jen. 1, 2, 3. And I teach conversation English. I feel more like it's kind of we're on this journey together just to speak English and just to have the opportunity to use the language. Every week I offer you different topics. Hi, Serena, sweetie. Yay, you're here. And Alessio, ciao. Hey, Michaela. I will get the story to Alessio later on this afternoon. Gracie also asked for it. I've just been running around with family. Oh, good, that air is gone now. And so anyway, I offer conversation lessons. Hey, Yuki dear. And we try to, hey, Carmen, hello. We try to talk about a different topic. This week is memories. And every week we look at a different topic. We learn new vocabulary, idioms, phrasal verbs, conversation questions, poll questions, all kinds of different things. And yeah, so like I said, today it is memories. So let's pop up our first poll question for the day. And let me move over and maybe you need to go to the other side. That's probably more helpful so you can see the poll. Here we go. Hey, Natalia, darling, you're back on track now. It's so cool to have you as a regular again. Okay, hey, Kaluna, hello, dear. Hello. All right, so let me scooch closer so that I can actually see something. And let's see. So, poll, what sparks your memories the most? And to spark someone's memory, if you think of a spark, it's like when you light a match and you have that little flicker of light, that is also a spark. And it's kind of a nice little way of saying, what gets your memory going? So what sparks your memories the most? Is it A, for a smell, B, a song, C, a place, D, a photo? Michaela has already got her answer coming in. For me, smell and songs. I think I have to agree with you. Hello, Mars. Hello. Nice to have you here. Smell for sure. Yes, smells can really transport you. An old perfume, the smell of something. Hey, Elena, sweetie. So lots of different things like that. Songs can also really transport you, stir up feelings, transport you back in time. Same as Michaela. So maybe everyone's going to say that. Does anybody have anything different to say? Let me get that banner stopped. It'll drive me crazy. All right. So goodbye. Yes. Whew, there we go. Let's see. So smells for Yuki, songs for Kaluna. And so far photos, not so much for people, and places, not so much. Yesterday, we drove past my grandparents' house, the house where my dad grew up in that old neighborhood. And it was interesting because your memory does something different. Like I would never have recognized that house if my uncle hadn't have said, this is the street and here is where it is. And it's interesting how our memories kind of change over time and change the way that things actually are. So, okay. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and learn some phrasal verbs related to memories. And let me remove this real quick. I hope I don't do what I did yesterday and turn myself into a little tiny thing so I couldn't see anything. Keep your fingers crossed. Let's do this. Nope. Goodbye. Hello to you. Hi, how are you doing? Hello, Lazara. Nice to have you here. I don't think you've ever joined me here on YouTube. Nice to have you. I know you from Instagram, I'm pretty sure. All right, so let's put up some phrasal verbs, and I am in a good position here for you to be able to see them. So here we go. Here are some nice phrasal verbs related to memories: to bring up, to mention a memory, to hold on to keep or not let go of something. You can hold on to a memory. An opposite would be to let go. Well, but it's hard to let go of a memory. Maybe you can let go of the feelings associated with that memory. 3, to live through something, to experience something especially difficult. And 4, to dig up, to find or uncover something from the past. So a little different this time. It's nice to mix these things up sometimes, where we have the definitions up here, up front, and then moving down. Then let's match these definitions or these phrasal verbs into the sentences. So what do you think works best with A? They the war and have many memories of that time. So which one do you think works best with the first sentence? They the war and have many memories of that time. What do you think? So it's either bring up, hold on to, live through, or dig up. So Alessia's going with 2 is A. Oh, wait. I'm getting up. There we bring up. Okay, so, okay. Or actually, you know what? We can even do it the opposite way if you want. Maybe that makes it even easier. They bring up the war and how many. So, okay, Natalia, you totally, absolutely can say that. That's not what I'm looking for, but they bring it up a lot. They talk about it a lot. They reminisce about it. They will probably not reminisce, but they recall it. They think about it and stuff. Reminisce is often a word that we use for nice things, like when you think fondly on the past. Hold on to. All right. So the one that I'm looking for actually here is they. Sorry, hold on. They lived through. They lived through the war. They lived through, exactly, Yuki. They lived through the war and have many memories of that time. They lived through it. But you can totally say they bring up. The other ones, not so much, don't work so well. Michaela, I've recently learned the phrasal verb dig up reading an article about fossils. Yeah. So like literally with dig up, you can use that with like literally digging something up, you uncover it, but you can also do it where you're kind of trying to get information. So we'll get to that one. Okay, so what about with B? He always his college days when we talk about sports. So which one do you think works best with B? He always his college days when we talk about sports. Which one do you think makes the most sense? Which phrasal verb? And I think this is kind of fun to do this in sentences, to be able to kind of, explore the definition first and to also have the sentences just to mix things up. So which one do you think works the best? He always, his college days when we talk about sports. Exactly, Yuki. And beautifully written, he brings it up. Exactly. So he always brings up his college days when we talk about sports. Perfect. Obvious. Yeah. Super, Michaela, super Yuki, exactly. What about with C, super Alessio? Sorry, today I don't have PC, only mobile, so I don't see the screen well. No stress, then just listen and enjoy. And if you hear something that you want to comment on, then we have a lot of stuff today that's not slides where you need to see. So she blank to the memories of her grandmother's stories. She blank to the memories of her grandmother's stories. Which one works best with C? So we have holds on to. All right, so let's see. Yep, she holds on to the memories of her grandmother's stories. Exactly. She holds on to them. She wants to keep them in this case. Exactly. All right. And last but not least, obviously, he tried to dig up old photos from the attic. And also you hear this a lot, like you try to dig up the latest gossip, where you're kind of just trying to uncover, to sort of like be a little bit of a detective and find information on something. I need to dig up information on that person, on that company, on that thing, where you want to get more information, more of something. So that's another way, kind of goes in a little bit of a different direction than this. Not really. I guess it's kind of the same. All right. So then let's see. Let me hop out of this slide and Serena, sweetie, this will be better for you now because this we can read and you can answer it easier if you like. So, what is a memory that you think shaped who you are today? What is a memory that you think shaped who you are today? So it can be a good thing, it can be a negative thing. Sometimes the things that are negative really shape us in a positive way. The Latin word fossils means dig up. Oh, I didn't know that. That's very interesting. Thank you for teaching. My Latin word of the day, Italian or Latin? Thank you. That's interesting. Okay. I would just thought that meant like old bones or something. All right. So what can you tell me? What is a memory? Here's our question that you think shaped who you are today, made you the person that you are. Good things, bad things. Yeah. What do you think? What can you share with me that you think shaped you? I think moving to Germany when I was, how old was I? I guess I was like 26, 24. No, 24, I think. That really shaped who I am today. When you live in the United States, it's easy to be in this big bubble because it's not like living in Europe and maybe in some other Asian countries where you're close together, or in Africa where you're together with lots of different populations and mentalities. And the United States, you drive and drive and drive, and it's still America. So it's really like when you live in the United States, it's very difficult for you to have a perspective on what the rest of the world is doing. And moving to Germany really helped me with that, with understanding that the world is a bigger place, that it's not just the United States, and to understand the good things in my country and also the bad things. So to appreciate and to also sort of acknowledge the things that don't really work. So that I would say that memory, the memory of moving, the memory of being able to do that and to rely on myself, absolutely shaped who I am today. I'm not sure if people are writing or not. I always want to see, I wish that these live streams came with the little dots like you see when you text someone, so you can see if people are writing, and you should give time. So I don't know if you're writing or not. I would say changing my company. Okay, cool. Yeah, changing your company, moving someplace. Changing a relationship, getting in or out of a relationship can absolutely change your life for the better or for the worse. Okay, not sure if anyone's writing anything. If you are, continue doing so, not a problem. I will read it when it comes in, but because I don't know if anyone is writing anything or not, then I'll just continue. My childhood with my friends, the long and warm afternoons in the summer. Yes, I'm sure. And I don't know, Serena, I'm not sure how old you are, but if you grew up, so during the days pre iPads and technology, then you probably had a childhood where you went out, you came home when the street lights came on, your parents had no idea where you were, you had complete freedom. It was wonderful. All right, I've got a video for us, and so this is something that we can kind of think about it. Moving to the States shaped me. Yuki, I can imagine it's sort of a similar experience, right? Because like I would imagine that Japan is also a bit of a bubble where you're in your own world, and then moving to another country forces you to see things in a different way. Your country, the country you're in. And I think for me, if I were a dictator, I would have people leave their country and to live at least 6 months in another country because it will open your eyes. I think everyone should have that experience in their lives because it's really helps to add perspective and tolerance and understanding and appreciation. All my experiences, especially from childhood, shaped me. I also moved to another city when I was 9, and it shaped me. Okay, okay. Yeah, moving is a great thing. For me, it was actually interesting. I moved from Nashville to Los Angeles when I was 14 with my dad, and that was harder actually than moving from Los Angeles to Germany because it was I was 14. It's that awkward time. You're totally insecure. And Nashville and Los Angeles were totally two different worlds. And so yeah. So that was harder. That was way harder. My the night my mom yelled my name from the window, Serena, and I came home. And that's how you got home. All right. All right. So let's see. Let's move on. And let me get rid of this little banner right here. And I need to reduce the size of my picture somehow. I think actually I can just pop over to here, remove this, and I hope that we will be able to see our video. So let me add it real quick. So video file, and here we go. This is getting pretty good. Okay, slowly but surely, things are working around here. So here's the question. We've got two friends meet randomly at a, okay, I've changed this. Two friends met after a long time. What kinds of memories might they bring up to reconnect? Okay, so what kind of memories? You've not run into someone in a long time. You've not seen someone, let's say, in a long time. And let's see. Oh yeah, becoming a mom taught me patience. Well, actually, I would say, Michaela, in my situation, being a mom taught me I don't have patience. It's the opposite for me. I thought I was the most patient person on the planet until I became a mom. Taught me other things, I guess, but yeah, no, I have no patience. I think it's yeah, frustrating for everyone involved. But okay, so you run into someone, you've not seen them in a million years. What kind of memories might be brought up in order to sort of reconnect? What would you talk about? What are some common themes? And yeah, maybe bloopers, things that we've done back then. Yeah, like the trouble you got into, the fun things you did, moments spent together. In Italian, in this case, you would say, we spend with a D moments together. That's in general. But because it's the past, you would say spent. Super mistake. Thank you for making that. Yeah, what other things might you bring up? I think I probably would bring up people that we have in common. Oh, did you hear that so and so is doing this? That John is building a house, something like that. Hello, Lizette, sweetie. Nice to see you. It's been a long time. The prom party. Okay, so maybe a specific party, maybe something like that. Anecdotes about our time together in the past. Definitely. Maybe you would ask about their parents, if you knew them from childhood or something like that, what they're doing, about their job, things of that nature. But I guess that's more catching up and rather than memories. But maybe like if they were always into soccer and, oh, you used to play soccer so well. Do you still do that? That kind of thing. All right. So let's move on to our next point here. And let's see what we've got. All right. So what does nostalgia mean? Sorry. Oh, I think I have the entire thing. Okay. So, all right. Yep. This one's really easy because I have the answer here for you. So nice and funny situations we had. They are maybe schoolmates and sharing memories of teachers. Yeah, totally. Nicknames, very logical things. Exactly. Okay. Maybe even like old recipes. Hey, you know what? You used to make this amazing potato salad. I'd love to get the recipe from you sometime. Maybe it's even stuff like that. All right. So nostalgia, as you see, what does nostalgia mean? Nostalgia is a warm feeling of missing and remembering happy times from the past. This one was really easy because I have the answer right there for you. Yeah, so you have this warm feelings about the past. It's not the sad moments. Sometimes it can be kind of sad. It can be a little bit bittersweet. If you're like, if someone has passed away and maybe your grandmother made an amazing apple pie and you sort of feel like, oh, I miss that so much. I miss her apple pie. I miss giving her a hug. Phrases and gestures only they understand. Yeah, yeah, totally. That could be things that you bring up from the past as well. So, yeah, that was the world's easiest question with the answer there. Let me bring up a slide so that we can practice this a little bit. Let me see if I can get in here and scoot this down. No, what am I doing? No, no, no. All right, I don't know what I just clicked. Carefree childhood. I don't like nostalgia. Okay, you don't. Why do you not like the nostalgic feelings or so? Let me see if I can scroll down, which I can. All right, let me hide this. And let's move on to our next slide. Oops, let's see. All right, because we'll talk about nostalgia a bit. Maybe it's less sort of, I don't know, negative than you think, maybe. Let's see. So 3, let's plop it up. And I will hop over to here. Okay. So first question, nostalgia makes me sad. Yeah, it can, right? You miss something. But I also think there's like a bit of a gratitude type of feeling, right? If you feel nostalgic about something, you know it really meant something to you. And sometimes we don't really know the things that matter to us until they're gone. And that's often what nostalgia sort of, shows us in a way. So, okay, number one, first question, how can nostalgia be both positive and negative? I think we're kind of going on to that. Serena, you've said that it makes you sad. You're missing something that's kind of a negative. I think, yeah, if anybody has anything else to share about the positive and negative aspects of nostalgia, go ahead, feel free and add it. Sometimes I feel nostalgia about my daughters and their father, my ex, going on vacation. Oh, Lizette, okay. All right. So you missed the family trips uh, of going on get vacation together. Maybe I don't know. Are you able to now create a new situation with your daughters where you three or you I don't know how many daughters, my daughter singular, sorry, where you go together on vacation and create your own sort of feeling maybe. Number two, anybody can add more to number one if you like. Number two, what places are you nostalgic about? So I'm definitely nostalgic about my grandmother's kitchen, just being in there and watching her cook and smelling the wonderful smells coming out of her kitchen. Those were nice memories. I think it's not really a place, but I really loved going on road trips with my dad and being in the car. And grew up alone with my dad, so we would drive actually down to Augusta, Georgia, which is 6 hours away from Nashville, and I felt so grown up. I would sit next to him and I felt like I was somehow helping him, but I wasn't clearly. But I felt so grown up to be like the passenger and helping him. And I missed those days. And he would talk to me and going for walks. I'm nostalgic for walks, going on walks with him. All right, positive, you got to experience the situation and reminisce it. Negative, you tend to feel that you miss doing that thing. Nostalgic memories can inspire us to recreate meaningful experiences or reconnect with loved ones. Absolutely. You're right. Next month it will be my daughters and our first trip together. Oh, fun. Where are you going? and I'm sure it's going to be a blast. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. All of the memories with my grandma are nostalgic. I miss her and the feeling gratitude to her love. Yes, yes, yes. Um, Probably school has a lot of nostalgic moments for me. Sure. So Lizette, I am nostalgic about living at my parents' home. Right. Like, do your parents still live at that home? Are you able to visit it, Lizette? Negative nostalgia can highlight what's gone, for sure. It definitely does. It absolutely highlights what's gone, but you have that memory of having that good. What about with number three? Can you name an old song that makes you feel nostalgic? Is there a song that you hear where you're like, oh, those were the days? Or that was that moment, or maybe it was something with your grandparents or with your mom or your dad or a sister. When I hear anything by Madonna, especially like 80s Madonna, it reminds me of my sister who is no longer with us. And we would record every single video that came on MTV, every single Madonna video. And then we would replay it and try to learn her dance moves. And I was always like, no, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. So I was annoying. But we did. We would record that. And so when I hear those songs, we listened to 100 times and, kept rewinding the tape so that we could try to dance like Madonna. Yeah, probably. I wish that there was a video of that. That was probably hilarious. The song about people's house makes me feel the song about parents' house makes me feel nostalgic. Which song is that? Which song? Do you know which song that is? Or is it the song? The song that came to my mind was the song in the 80s, Our House in the Middle of the Street. I don't know. Take a Bow by Rihanna. It was a hit back when, then, as well as High School Musical songs with Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens. Okay. They moved to another house after my brother and I left home. I visited them 3 or 4 times per year because they live in another city about 15 hours away. Ooh, that's a far away. Okay. Okay. So you can't really visit that home anymore. Yeah, that hurts. That really hurts. Any songs, anybody else have a song that kind of reminds them of their childhood or reminds them of a specific time in their lives that makes them feel sort of nostalgic? And otherwise, we'll continue on. So, okay. Ti Amo by Umberto Tozzi. Tozzi, I think. Tozzi. Reminds me, and in this case, you would say it reminds me of my first love season when I was 16. I was your first love, and it reminds you of that when you were 16. Okay, so if we remember something, I'm like, oh, I remember. I need to go get some eggs. I remember that. I need to remember. I remember it. It's more of an active thing. And if you say reminds, it's more that something happens and then you think of it. So Natalia, thank you for that mistake. It's in Russian. It's called parents' house. Oh, okay. All right. I think nostalgia can be both positive and negative. If you keep sad about, might be really negative for your mental health. Okay, so if you stay sad, if you only hold on to the negative feelings, then it can affect your mental health. I hear you. Many songs. Elvis Presley always brings nostalgia toward past times, even though they are older than me. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of music that I listened to as a kid as well that wasn't from my era. And so, yeah, that totally happens. And so maybe songs that my dad would have listened to as a teen, I listened to as well. So I have memories based on that older music. Kids hand play dance song reminds me of baby Rebecca, who I used to take care of. Oh, so like children's songs. All right. Maybe when you say with kids hand dance song, do you remember, is that a Japanese song or is it like the Itsy Bitsy Spider? We have the Itsy Bitsy Spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain. Okay, we'll sing it. And washed the spider out. Is that this like one of that kind of song? So an English song or a Japanese song? Dancing Queen by ABBA evokes me at a time of energy, innocence, and possibility. Totally. And really cool, funky clothing. All right, so let's move on to some phrasal verbs. Thank you, everyone, for participating and sharing your thoughts. It's always wonderful to hear what you have to say. I remember listening to Air Supply songs during our road trip to the beach. Oh, I loved Air Supply. All those cheesy love songs, they were so good. It's a Japanese song, but absolutely similar kind of kid song. Okay. All right. So we'll check out some new phrasal verbs and let's see. We need slide number 4. And I think that's correct. That does not look correct. That looks correct. And I will need to hop over. So now I am a little bit numbered incorrectly here, but whatever. Here we go. So phrasal verbs we have as such, okay? We have bring back, think back, block out, fade away. And again, this time actually we don't have definitions, so it gets a little bit more tricky. But we have she tried to the painful memories of the accident. She tried to bloop the painful memories of the accident. What do you think works best with that one? Okay. It's always when I mix these up, like the numbers and whatever. Anyway, so what do you think works best with that one? So Lizette, you're going with one is A. Okay, so or we could do it that way. We could also just start with going back, bring back, if you want. That's fine too. Block out. Yuki, you're correct, but instead, just to keep things logical, I guess, then maybe it makes more sense to start with number 1. Excuse me. So number 1, what works best with bring back? Sorry about that. I'm a little all over the place. So bring back, which one works best? I have some people saying that 1 is A. Let's see. Boop. 1A. Okay, so Lizette's saying 1 is A. Yelena's saying 1 is A. To bring back, what could you say? Bring back, which one? Oh, I'll read the sentences, sorry. B, this song always, memories of our summer vacation. C, over the years, my memories of that time. D, when my childhood, I remember playing outside for hours. Okay, so number 1, Kaluna's saying is B. So 1, bring back is B. This song always brings back memories of my summer vacation. Brings back. Yeah, it brings back memories. They just come to me and it just flows to me. We remember something. It brings something back. Number 2, to think back. Yeah, and I think it's more logical for us to go through these sort of in numerical order. So sorry that I messed that up. So Kaluna saying 2 is D, think back. We have Lizette with D from Natalia, from Yuki. Okay, so 2, D, think back. When I think back to my childhood, I remember playing outside for hours. Okay, what about with number 3, block out? Which one works best with that? 1B, 2D, 3. Okay, I have a little sea of A's coming in. All right, 3A. So she tried to block out the painful memories of the accident. She tried to block out the pain that she experienced during her divorce. So when you try to get memories to go away, I think nowadays we would say maybe that's not so constructive. Deal with those memories, and then you don't have to block them out, which can then later hurt you even more. All right, so Natalia and Lizette are saying that fade away is C. So over the years, my memories of that time have faded away. In this case, have faded away. Yeah, My memories have faded away as well. There's so many things that my family had brought up, and I'm just kind of like, I don't remember that. I remember that totally differently, or I don't remember it at all. It's sort of scary. Okay, so keeping memories, let's boogie on to some conversation questions here about trying to keep memories. Let me scoot down here, remove this, get rid of it, and let's see where we're headed. All right, and I will hop over here. I don't remember anything. Same here, it's so bad. Actually, I found these, let me show you. I bought these at the store, and it's got some sort of basil in it, holy basil, whatever that is. I'm hoping it will help my memory, but only have 7 of them. Hi, Mabel, sweetie, welcome. All right, so I'm trying to take supplements now. If anybody has any recommendations for supplements for memory, please let me know, because I have no clue about this. You have a Princess Catherine vibe. Oh, I do. All right. I like the song Memories by Maroon 5. Yeah, here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish that you were here, but you are not. Yeah, that's a nice song. Yeah, that's a really, really nice song. All right, let's see. So what can you tell me about number 1? What a nice and cozy room. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Let me show you the view. It's not a very nice and cozy view. It is of a highway. Hold on, I'll take you and show you. I'm at the airport in Atlanta. I will fly back to Germany today. So this is a 6-lane highway, which if I'm quiet, you can probably hear the sound of that. And planes take off and land, I don't know, every 5 minutes. So the location is ideal because I'm close to the airport and it's clean, but it's not really quiet. But I'm going home today and I'm happy about that. All right, so what can you tell me with number 1? What's the most memorable trip or moment you've ever had? Can you think of that? I always find it difficult to think of the most memorable anything or the most of anything. But yeah, what can you tell me? Anything that you want to share. When I was for the first time at the seaside, yes, and eat cahal. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means. Well, but sound is good so far. Okay, good. If you don't hear it, that's wonderful. At night when I was sleeping, it was a little loud, but it's a little bit like white noise. When you hear traffic like this from far away, it's sort of like a ceiling fan or a fan where it feels a little bit like white noise. According to your live, the only way to remember things is to write them down. All right. When we do, yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's true. From our quiz yesterday, right? Because we learned yesterday in the quiz that our memories, what was it? Hold on. I think 80%, wasn't it like 80% of your memory is gone in the first 24 hours? So if you experience something, 80% of what you experienced, that information is gone within 24 hours. And so then you have 20% left. And of that 20%, 50% is gone after the first year. So yeah, exactly, Alessia. We sort of established in the live stream, if you experience something wonderful or profound, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and write it down. Yeah, it was 80% and then 20%, which is so scary, but I do think it makes sense. All the little details go away. All right, so when we do island hopping during vacations, fun. The most memorable trip was when I was 8 and my parents and my brother went camping by the beach in a beautiful natural park here in Colombia. I'm sure that's beautiful. Colombia is supposed to be incredible. Shrinked by 50%. Exactly. So that means that after a year, unless you help me out with the math here, but that means that you experienced something amazing. And after 1 year, 10% of that original memory is left. Scary. I think that's correct. My first trip to New York City and to Argentina, but I first remember many trips, people, and situations connected with traveling. Okay, so a lot of people have said with traveling. Yeah, okay. So, well, okay, that's with trip here. What about number two? Can you think of a bittersweet memory that you can share? What is a bittersweet memory? And we had this as a vocabulary word yesterday. This is where you have a memory that makes you feel both happy and sad at the same time. So, for many parents, when your children leave to go to school, to go to university, then on the one hand, you feel very happy for them and maybe you're proud and you're excited for them. But on the other hand, that baby's not coming home anymore. And you feel that. We visited Finland and had a half-day field trip with a dog sled towards the woods. Oh my gosh, that must have been so exciting. So yes, we just get 10%. You were right. Yes. My husband always complains that I don't remember anything. Actually, he's right. Okay, then Michaela, Yuki, we need to figure out some sort of supplements that we can take because I'm tired of not remembering anything. I am over it. So if I find out something, I will let you know. This is what I'm doing this week, but there's only 7 pills, and I can only get that here. So I'm not sure how scientific my study is here. Yeah, you can Google it. It's called, okay, I will. Tairona National Park. I will take a picture of that now. Tairona National Park. I'm sure it's amazing. I really love to go to Colombia. It's supposed to be such a beautiful country. All right, so let's see. I need that supplement. Yeah, it's called holy basil. The ingredient is holy basil. I know what that is. I don't know what makes it holy. Or holly basil. Not holly basil. Holly or holy? I don't know. Some sort of basil. So I also need something to help me read. All right. So can you think of a bittersweet memory that you can share? Some sort of situation that happened where you feel like, on the one hand, it was beautiful, and on the other hand, it's really sad. I think that for a lot of people, being together with our loved ones when they pass away, on the one hand, it's such an honor, it's a gift to be there with them, but you lose someone. So it's a bittersweet memory, for example. I gave the example of when your child leaves home to go to university. On the one hand, freedom, and on the other hand, freedom. So memories of school days and childhood are bittersweet. Okay. And I'm not sure people are typing and answering this, so I'll just go on to number 3 and continue on. You can continue writing, no problem. Do you have something old that you keep because it's special? So do you have something that you have that's old, but it matters to you because it brings up a lot of memories? So what is something like that for you that you have? I'm trying to think of my situation, what I have that's old. Excuse me. I have a tape, a cassette tape that my dad made for me with all this, with like, I don't know, probably 12 songs on it that remind him of me. And for me, it's the biggest treasure to have that. So he gave that to me, I think, when I had just moved to Germany in 1996. And when I feel like, I just need to sort of connect with him and to kind of get cry and, let emotions out, then I listen to that tape. I had to buy a cassette recorder, like a player, recently because nobody has cassette tapes anymore, so that I could listen to it. In 2023, I went to Rome and I was heading to the Vatican, and I got a ticket for 100 euros by the traffic police because I didn't validate my bus ticket in the machine. Oh, that's horrible. Oh no. Photos for me. Hold on. Let's see. Let me scroll up here. Kaluna saying photos for her. That's something that you keep. That is something that you keep that's special. All right. So only old photos, no stuff. I keep all the message cards. So you keep like little cards, like Christmas cards and things like that from people. Nice. I like Sing Bittersweet. You like the song Bittersweet Symphony. Yes, that's such a good song. That was really a good song. I love that one too. My journals and notebooks, that's where I do Sorry, that's where I do some pin drawings too. Okay, that's where you keep your memories together. All right, let's move on to a little grammar point, and let me pull up that slide for us. And let's see what we've got. Because a lot of people mix up like used to and all of that. So I thought it would actually, since we're talking about memories and things we might have done in the past, this is an excellent opportunity for us to explore this topic as well. So let's see. That's the right one. And I need to hop over to here. Okay, so let's see. So just to kind of go through this quickly and to read it, used to is for things you did in the past but no longer do. I used to have a toy car. And this is kind of, the pronunciation of this is weird because it kind of goes like used to. You kind of lose that D and that T kind, the T that belongs to two kind of gets stuck together. So I used to have a toy car. I had a toy car before, but I no longer have it. I used to eat candy every day. I ate candy a lot before, but not now. When used to appears only in questions and in negative answers. So did you used to eat pizza? And no, I didn't, because you have the negative form right there. So you don't need it with use. So no, I didn't used to eat pizza. Yes, you remind me that I have an old diaries in the attic. Ooh, that's exciting. Be interesting to see. Serena, how old were you when you wrote those diaries? All right, so let's see. So I'm going to read some things, and I'll leave up the little grammar thing here, and let's just kind of go through some things that we might have used to do. So a style of clothing you used to wear but no longer wear anymore. So what is something you used to wear that you no longer wear? So I no longer wear big shoulder pads. That was a big thing in the 80s. I used to wear shoulder pads. I used to wear acid washed jeans. I used to wear cowboy boots, although those are back. So between 13 and 15. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, that'll be so cute to look at those. What is something you used to wear, some sort of fashion item? I used to wear a ton of hairspray in my hair. The ozone layer had issues because of my hairstyle. In the 80s, everybody had permed hair and really big hair. In the South here, where I come from, people would say, the higher the hair, the closer to heaven. So it was kind of a fun thing anyway. But yeah, so something that you used to wear that you no longer wear, doesn't have to be back in the 80s for some of you. I used to wear skinny jeans, yeah, but I'm not comfortable. You're not comfortable with them now. Oh yeah, skinny jeans. But yeah, I was too old for that. It just gave me muffin top. I will write that in here. Hello, Ira dear, muffin top. So this is a funny expression. When your pants are too tight on your waist, and it kind of looks like a muffin, right? You have this thing that goes over, and then it's a skinny thing. So that little fat that you have there, skinny jeans just gave me muffin top. I used to wear colorful clothes. Okay. I didn't used to wear dresses, but now I do. Super, and great usage of that. I am listening, but I am too tired to type. No worries, darling, no worries. Okay, so other things that we can add to this, a dream you used to have, but you don't have anymore. So when I was a kid, I used to dream that someone was trying to kill my dad, and I was running after the killer, and he looked like, oh, this is so weird. He looked like this statue. My aunt had this bust So it was just kind of like around here and here. And it was supposed to be my grandfather, but it scared me to death. So I would always run past that. And in my dream, that thing came and was trying to kill my dad. I used to have that dream. I no longer do. I used to wear short crop tops. Oh, yeah. I used to have long hair, but now I don't. Super, super. I used to wear short waist pants. Okay. You used to wear it. And you need a little D on that, Ira. I used to. I used to wear shoulder pads under the blazer. Terrible. Oh, right, Michaela. And even you would have the snap-on ones, like so that they wouldn't like move around. I used to wear scrunchies. Do you remember those for your hair? And you would like, put it up like this. Yeah. I used to wear neon clothing. That was a big thing in the 80s as well. I used to wear neon clothing, but now it's primarily black. All right. Anything else? Let's see. Something you used to like a lot in your hometown, but now you don't like it. So something you used to like, or maybe let's say something you didn't like in your hometown, or maybe even a restaurant. Let's say either or. I used to dream to become a pastry chef, but I am changing that path. Okay, so you used to want to be that. All right. I used to stay up until 3 a.m., but I get sleepy soon. So now it's 2 a.m. Yuki, what time do you go to bed normally? I'm out of curiosity. All right. So something let's say a restaurant you used to like, but now you don't. There were a lot of fast food restaurants I used to like, but I never eat fast food anymore. Although now that I'm here, I'm like, ooh, there's Crystals, there's In-N-Out, there's all kinds of things I can't get in Germany, Taco Bell. And I'm sort of tempted, but then again, not really. I used to like carpets on the floor, but now I don't. Yeah, right, Natalia. So maybe nowadays you like hardwood floors, perhaps, or tiles or something like that. Super. All right. Excellent usage of this. And we will continue on. Let's take a look at some vocab. And I will remove this right quickly for us. And then we can go on. All right. So let's see. Hello to you. I think that's you, Terry. I want to say the weather used to be snowy. Nowadays, it's just rainy or pour snow outside. Right. Exactly. Yeah. So because of climate change, and maybe the weather change and the weather on the planet changing, in general, yeah. It's not cold enough anymore for it to snow. So at 12:30. Okay. I'm aiming for 11 these days. I will be happy to get back on that schedule when I get to Germany again. All right, so let's see. Moving on to some vocabulary, and I will hop on over to here, and here we go. So our vocab words, we have flashback. I thought that had two ones. Déjà vu, a little French word that we have stolen. Déjà vu. 3, repressed. 4, retrospect. And here are our definitions. A, the feeling that you have experienced something before. B, thinking back on or reviewing past events. C, a sudden, clear memory of a past event. D, kept from being expressed or remembered. So which one do you think works best with number 1, with flashback? What can you tell me? Flashback. So Kalina's going with C. So Yelena, Michaela, Natalia. Okay, everyone's going with C. You're C. All right, so C, of course. A sudden, clear memory of the past. So it's flashback. I remember that. No way. It's such a flashback. Okay, so 1 is absolutely C. What can you tell me about number 2? Déjà vu. Such a fancy sounding word. Déjà vu, which I'm sure, and we English speakers are saying that word incorrectly. So if we have any French people in our audience, I apologize that we have killed your beautiful language. Everyone is saying A. So déjà vu to the feeling that you have experienced something before. Number 3, what about repressed? Repressed. You can have a repressed memory. What works best with number 3? So Natalia's saying D, Lizette's going with D, Kaluna D. All right, so 3, repressed. Yelena, is D, kept from being expressed or remembered. So repressed memories can often be things that maybe we want to work with a therapist on, because these are memories that are hidden, they're down below, but they still affect us in some way. It's typically stuff that is negative, unfortunately. And last but not least, thank you, ladies, for adding in your answers. We have 4 is B, retrospect, thinking back on or reviewing past events. You retrospect, you have a retrospective moment, excuse me, where you think about something and you're like, I remember when I used to do that, or so-and-so used to blah, blah, blah. Okay, question for you, quick one. Do you ever have deja vus? Do you ever experience the feeling of deja vu? Have you had that before? Do you experience it a lot or never? What can you tell me? I rarely experience deja vus, rarely. Every once in a while, but maybe it's just experiencing something again. I don't know. I definitely think it exists where you have this feeling that you've done something before or something has happened before. Let me know. Do you ever have deja vus? Yes, no, I don't know. And while you're answering that, then I will go ahead and pull up our next slide. We have some idioms. And let's see. I have had some deja vus. That's kind of a rare experience, though. Okay, so you've experienced it before, but not so frequently. When I met my now ex-husband, he had a million deja vus. I wish he had told me that it wouldn't have gone well for us. So yeah, I wish I had been part of the deja vu. Anyway, yes, it happens. It happened to me many times. Okay. Yes, I had deja vu too many times. All right. So Les says, I think it's interesting. Some people have them a lot and some not so frequently. I don't really have them very often, but maybe you have to be sort of in sync with something in the universe. I don't know. And I'm just not privy to that. All right. Let's see. Let me find our idioms. They are here, and I will hop over to here. All right. Here we go. Okay, idioms. To be a distant memory, to relive the past, bury the past. And even though this is this is a word that so many native speakers mess up because one wants to say bury, but it's actually berry, like the fruit. The pronunciation of it. 4, stuck in the past. So here are our definitions. A, to experience old events again in your mind. B, when something happened a long time ago and is almost forgotten. C, to try to forget something that happened before and move on. And D, to think a lot about old times and not move forward. So which one works best with number 1? To be a distant memory. To be a distant memory. Which one works the best with that? A distant memory. Kaluna's going with B. Anybody agree with B? What can you tell me? I'm working my way around this cup. I need to learn to not do that. That's tacky. All right, Yelena. All right, so B, we have another B in the house or in the comments. So to be a distant memory is B, when something happened a long time ago and is almost forgotten. We had a really nice vocabulary word yesterday to describe those kinds of memories. It's a hazy memory. It's not a vivid memory. It's not very clear. It's kind of hazy. You can't really see it. And hazy is actually an interesting interesting word because sometimes we experience this a lot in LA where because of the pollution, you can't see very clearly. So you can say it's kind of a hazy day. Yeah, it doesn't have to just be pollution. Sometimes it's something in the atmosphere, I think. So you can use that. It's a hazy day. You can't really see clearly. It can be a hazy memory. It's a distant memory. Number two, thank you, Alessio, also for guessing. Number two, relive the past. And Natalia's jumping in, Alessio's jumping in, Lizette, Kaluna. All right, two is A, absolutely. Relive the past, relive the past. Relive the past. A, to experience old events again in your mind. It's very difficult to relive the past for sure. But sometimes when you get together with old friends, you kind of can relive the past where you have this similar energy going on. And that's a wonderful thing. We use the expression, oops, hold on. This is just slid up. We use the expression deja vu also to describe something that feels repetitive or predictable. Is this the same for you? Yeah, you can do this. It's kind of like, deja vu. Yes, exactly. You can use it that way as well, in sort of like a funny way. All right. So three, bury the past. I have a lot of C's coming in. Exactly. Bury the past, to try to forget something that happened before and move on. It's time to bury the past and move on, to try to just not think about it anymore. And last but not least, number four, stuck in the past. Natalia, absolutely. Yelena, definitely. When the window is not clear because of mist from rain. Is it considered hazy too? That's more foggy. So when it's because of, that's a really good question, but usually when it has to do with condensation or water, let's say, some sort of moisture, then that is more foggy. A foggy or a steamed up window, steamy window, foggy window, something along those lines. It's a really good question. And hazy is more sort of this dry air where you can't really see something because it's dry, and foggy is more when it's wet. Super question. Yeah. Okay, so stuck in the past, we have that obviously is D, to think a lot about old times and to not move forward. I wanted to point out that like stuck in the past can be used for many different things. Like someone's fashion style can be stuck in the past, or like your mentality about specific social topics. You could be stuck in the past. I find the older I get, the more stuck in the past that I am. It's hard for me to keep current and to go with the flow. And yeah, it's a horrible feeling because I want to be current, but sometimes you get stuck in the past and you can't move on. You can't move forward. So fashion styles can be stuck in the past. Music taste can also be stuck in the past. Anything that does not stay current. So it doesn't have to just be also this feeling of not, your memories and stuff are sort of, you can't let go. It can be for other things as well. I understand now. Yeah, thank you for your question, Kalina. I love that. All right, moving on. Let me get rid of this and pop up our last banner question of the day. And let's see. Okay, because a lot of us have said, or several of us, let's say this, several of us have said, it's hard to remember things nowadays. So do you have any tips and tricks for remembering things? Maybe you have some good brain food, brain sort of superfood kind of thing, supplements. Anybody have anything that they use to help their memory? Or it can also be something that you just do. I have a list here of about 10 different things that one can do to increase memory in general and to remember things. So maybe we can go through this. Let's take like maybe 2 minutes or so to go through this list of items. And we can see what kinds of things can we do to be able to remember things. Tips, tricks, supplements, food, actual like things to do. Stuck in the past is not a positive feeling. It can generate a mental loop, definitely. And you feel isolated when you don't stay current. I feel nuts, good sleep, reading books, games, and milk. And milk. Okay, cool. Good. So we have a little bit of nutrition. We have some good old fashioned get some sleep. And I'm going to screenshot mine. So get enough sleep was on that list. Let me see if I can also. Okay, good. So get enough sleep. Your brain stores memories better when you rest. Anything else? Nope. Anything else that you can suggest? Things that we can do to help increase our our chance of remembering things. Connections or communication. Okay, so make connections, link information to something you already know. So that's that. That's what I try to do a little bit with our lessons, to keep repetition, to repeat things, go over information several times to make it stick. I try to associate it, but it can be daunting, definitely. So make connections, associations so we do a topic a week. So the whole week you have words that are associated with a specific topic. And I personally think that's a great way to learn. Here's a cool one: to visualize it. So create a picture in your mind about what it is that you want to remember, and that can maybe help to remember it, to visualize it. And a thing that we also do here as well, chunk information, to kind of like keep information, to group it together. So break big pieces of information into small, manageable parts. We have lessons here 3 times a week. And then that way we are able to also remember things better. And also, well, actually, and also if you think of the shadowing exercises and vocabulary, so it's every day something to help remember. Spaced repetition, exactly, like using, like learning, and then giving yourself some time to be able to let it soak in. I think that's important as well. So let's see. So enable, let's see, I think that's Muhammad, I want to say. Referencing. I often write the things that I want to remember. Yeah, writing it down, definitely also on our list. Writing notes or list helps the brain to remember. And somebody said communication. Tell someone. That also helps to remember something. During preparation for exam, I do summary of important information, maybe through bullet points, and a lot of colored highlighters help me. Yes, that makes sense. And maybe you're kind of also, I think, like there's one of the things on here that we have not said yet is to use senses. To use your senses, hearing, seeing, and even touching can help memories stick. I've also heard that if you sing something, if you create a song about something, it makes it easier to remember. I guess if you're studying for an exam and you have a song, you have to sing that song in your head. Otherwise, you're going to get in trouble. But yeah, so let's see. All right, and the last one that is on my list is to stay organized. Keep things in order, sorry. Clutter makes it harder to remember. So if you have a messy desk like I do, no wonder I can't remember anything. It's, I need to be organized. But that's not going to happen. And it's okay. So let's go out with our last slide of the day. Here we go. Let me remove this really quickly and add our last slide for this afternoon. And then I'm going to maybe go to a mall. I want to walk around a little bit. My flight takes off today at 4 p.m. So it's 10 o'clock right now here. So I can go and just walk around a little bit in a shopping mall, and then I will head to the airport. I will need to go over to here so we can see this. All right, so let's see. So continuing on with our little used to thing, write words on your hand, okay? To write what I have to memorize is helpful for me. Yes, and like I was saying yesterday with my shopping list, I'll say, okay, I need mayonnaise, butter, and bread. Then I'll do MBB. So then I'm like, okay, what was the M? And so like MBB, mayonnaise, butter, bread. And so I try to create like a little alphabetized sort of thing there. All right, so keeping with what we did earlier, just to practice this one more time, and it's kind of fun, I think, to talk about things that we used to do. We have our grammar point here. Used to is used for the things you did in the past but no longer do. I used to eat candy every day. I ate a lot of candy before, but now I don't. Lie. Number one, a food you used to like eating, but you don't like anymore. So what is a food you used to like eating, but don't like anymore? A food that I used to like eating was avocado. I don't really like it anymore. Like if I can only eat just a small amount and then I kind of get grossed out by it. I don't know why. I have the same thing with chicken and I have the same thing with eggs. So eggs, avocado, and chicken are things that I used to like eating, but now they kind of give me the ick. So, what about you? Some foods you used to like eating, but you no longer enjoy. And so used to, you're going to have the D on use. I used to like eating avocado too. Okay, so you get the ick from it as well. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to me. Maybe it was just too much. I had that same thing in the 90s. Everybody ate basil pesto, pine nuts, and sun-dried tomatoes. And I ate that so much that I, at some point, couldn't eat it anymore or even see it. And now I like it kind of again, but in small portions. So avocado milkshakes are my top tier. Okay. Well, I eat eggs every day, avocado any other day, and chicken 2 to 3 times a week. I don't know why. But I just get like, I eat several bites and then I'm like, nah. There's no such guy. Okay. Natalia's like, that doesn't exist. Nope. Not saying no to food. Fair enough. Okay. What about with the second one? A place you used to go to as a teenager, but you no longer go anymore. I used to love squash, but not anymore. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's a good example as well. A place you used to go to as a teenager, but you don't anymore. In my preteen years, I used to love going roller skating. So I'd go to a roller skating rink. I don't do that anymore. Yeah, I haven't done that in probably 10 years. Yeah, so a place that you used to go to that you don't go to anymore. It doesn't even have to be as a teenager. It can be anything that you think of. I used to go to a small, beautiful town on the Adriatic Sea where my uncle had a house. Okay, cool. Okay, I bet that was wonderful. So a place you used to go to. If you are still used to doing something, you should use the verb ing, right? I am used to having breakfast. Yes, in the morning. Not I used to. Exactly. Because this used to means no longer. I'm used to eating that for breakfast. Exactly. A lot of you are used to eating. So used to eating chicken and avocado and that kind of stuff. Yes, exactly. I'm used to that. I'm used to the temperature in this room now. Yeah. So you don't necessarily need the ing, but you do need then used to. I used to go to Arcadia Park, but not anymore. Okay. I used to go to school. All right. And hello, welcome to you. I'm not sure who that is, but welcome. I used to go to where? To a book thrift store, but not anymore. I'm far from the city now. Okay. I used to go skating, or I used to skate, you could say, or used to do skating, or used to skate on the lakes, but now I don't. I used to watch horror film, but not anymore. Okay, cool, Yelena. That brings us to number 3. What TV program did you used to like the most? So this could be like something from your childhood, right? I used to like this television show, Different Strokes. I liked The Facts of Life. I liked Family Ties. Probably none of you has heard of these shows, but yeah, they were really big in the 80s here. So things that you used to like, and so any TV programs. So things that were really important to you. I used to watch horror films, but that was that. Okay, and we can also run into number 4 as well. Go and deal with that as well. What song did you used to like when you were young, but no longer like? So many, so many songs. I used to like romantic comedies back in the day, but not anymore. Okay, good. Yeah, I used to like them. There was a TV show called The A-Team. I used to like that a lot. And when you say this, and sometimes with the used to, even though it's kind of like no longer, there is a sense that maybe it's not like it's a negative thing now, but it's just something that you did back then, but you no longer do today. So like if with food, then it's more like I hate this now, right? I used to like it. Well, no, I guess it's also kind of neutral in a way. Can be, but I don't know where I'm going with this. I used to watch the Flintstones. Oh, I loved the Flintstones. I loved it, loved it. I used to watch the series, but don't anymore because I don't have time. A song that reminds you of your first love, but it hurts now to listen to. Yes. Does anybody know the television show, The Jetsons? The Jetsons. I used to watch horror films, but don't anymore. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Scroll down. I used to watch Stranger Things. I've never seen that. My daughter was really into that. Yeah, I should check it out, I guess. Is it something worth checking out? Let me know. All right. So slowly but surely, we will say goodbye. If anybody has seen the Jetsons before, that was a popular cartoon series that was already, so okay, Lizette, you know it, right? The Jetsons were so cool. And what they thought the future was going to be like was so amazing. They had flying cars. You could go home and you didn't have to cook dinner. You had Rosie the robot that would come and she would do everything. And you could go to this machine and you could look at a menu and you're like, oh, I want roasted turkey tonight. You could click on a button and bloop, it just came to you right there. It was so cool. You have to check out the Jetsons if you don't know them. But it's a little sad. I'm going to check and see when the Jetsons were supposed to be the future, what year that was supposed to be. Stranger Things last month is coming. Wait. Stranger Things last season, is coming this month. Okay. When I was a child, I used to read comics, but not now. Super great use of that. The Jetsons were the best. So cool. I'm going to take a look really quickly, just out of curiosity, because I think it was created. I'm going to ask when was the Jetsons created? And which year was it supposed to be? Okay, let's see. It first aired in 1962. So this was in 1962. Okay, so we still have hope. So it aired in 1962. But it was still playing on TV when I was a kid because it was just so cool. And it was supposed to be the year 2062. And you had flying cars, robot maids, and space-age cities. It was really a fun cartoon. I used to write letters by hand. Now I use the computer. Great use of that. It is worth it new and less will come in now. 27, by the way, you just earn subscribers. You're so sweet and kind. Oh, thank you. All right, I appreciate that. All right, so this is all that we have for today. Since to my new human who's here with us today, then I am here every Wednesday at this time, every Tuesday, usually about an hour and a half later. Check out my account if you're looking to practice your pronunciation. If you take a look at the videos, then I offer you shadowing exercises. And yeah, I hope to see you next week. I think that our topic next week is going to be education, which I think will be a cool topic. So that will be a fun and inspiring topic. I hope you all have a lovely day. Thank you for your wish for my journey. I hope so too. You know that in the States, they've had a lot of cuts when it comes to flights. I hope my flight doesn't get cut. But so far so good. We'll see. I'm gonna go and check out a little shopping mall, and yeah, see you all later. See you back when I am in Europe. Take care, everyone, and all the best. Thank you for joining.